Happy New Year, everybody. As I mentioned in part 2 of the 2022 recap, I spent the summer in Pictou, Nova Scotia, and here's why. Prince Edward Island is a magical province, and only 7 kilometers from the ferry, Pictou is the perfect location to start off from. I made several trips to PEI and fell in love with the island, so let me take you along on a little tour of this magnificent place. After hearing about the Confederation Trail several years ago, I had been really longing to ride it, and let's just say, guys, it did not disappoint at all. There's something about being on an island surrounded by salt water. There seems to be almost a mystical calm at times. Trail network encompasses the entire island and is 435 kilometers in length. My adventures on the island consisted of a day trip, an overnighter, and a 4-day grand adventure. And guys, let's just say I'll be back there again for more island exploration. That's how amazing this place really is. I can't say enough good things about it. The people were super friendly. And like I said, there's just something about being around all that salt water air. It just really is invigorating at times. I think it's the kind of thing you'd really have to experience to kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. But hopefully all you guys will be able to get there someday if you haven't. It really is a wonderful place. After spending a considerable amount of time on the island, it really is my opinion that while the Confederation Trail is amazing, and it really is, guys, I think a mix of both trail and road is probably the best way to experience PEI. Trail is very peaceful and is one of my favorite rail trails I've ridden to this point. One thing's for sure about the Confederation Trail is, while it's a pretty non-aggressive trail, there's not a lot of elevation, a lot of ups and downs. One thing's for sure is you always got to pay attention to signs. This one had a sign saying the bridge was closed, but I chose to ignore it and got myself into a real hike-a-bike kind of situation. The GoPro never totally conveys the steepness of a pitch very well, but trust me, this was very steep, and to be honest with you, I actually ended up coming back this way knowing full well I'd have to do that again, but that's part of the adventure and kind of what I like. That ended up not being too bad. I've been in some stickier situations, but anyways, that's kind of one of the things that to me is what's fun about bike packing and getting out touring is you never know what's going to happen on any given day, right? So this was the first night. I camped out on this night. This trip was a mix of both camping and taking a room, as you will see. Like I said, I think that's truly going to be the best experience of the island. What makes the island so special is the ocean environment, right? The ocean life. So don't be afraid to get off the trail and check that stuff out, guys. If you don't, you're going to miss on what's special about PEI. So one thing I can say about Prince Edward Island is that the traffic there is so minimal. I was out on this weekend here, and it was a pretty busy weekend. All the hotels, motels, campgrounds, everything were full. but there was no time where I felt panicked or rushed or in danger by automobiles or anything else. So it's quite refreshing to see. It really is, guys. It was a wonderful time on the island every time I was there, to be honest with you. There's a lot to see along the way. There's always these rivers and streams coming in that are kind of a mix of ocean water. This is coming into Charlottetown. I'd never seen cruise ships this size in person before, and it was quite impressive to see. This is the Confederation Trail right in Charlottetown, and I jumped on it for a bit, and then I got right out of Charlottetown as quick as I can. It was a little busy when I was there, I do have to admit. But there's always something to see on the island. There's all these rivers that come in from the ocean, so they're a mix of saltwater and freshwater at a certain point. And there's mussel traps and all that stuff. So here's an example of something you may have to deal with when you're touring, guys. I had a pretty interesting thing happen on day 2.
All right, guys, I really messed up. I am in Cavendish, but okay, so I booked my site at Prince Edward Island Provincial Park. I thought I was staying at Cavendish Park. I don't know. I guess I was confused. Big error. Anyways, I got to add another 24 kilometers to the day. I'm heading for a motel. I don't know what else to do. So anyways, I will talk to you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so as you knew, I was in like a real predicament, and I stopped. What's your name of your place, Larry?
The Pines Motel.
The Pines Motel. Go there if they have vacancy. Looks like a very good place. And Larry was awesome, and he just gave me a ride to Shaw Motel. Saved me a real ass whooping, so thanks, Larry. I really appreciate it.
Very welcome.
There are a lot of good people out there, guys. Living proof. Okay, guys, we are...
So this is kind of one of those days that kind of proves that even a mistake can turn into a really good thing. I ended up at the Shaw Hotel and Cottages. It's a National Historic Site. It dates back to 1860, and the main hotel itself is very old, as you can see. This is one of the smaller rooms, the more affordable rooms. The other rooms are bigger, I'm assuming. But I mean, this was only $50 a night, and it's a really, really quaint place. I had dinner there, guys. It's absolutely incredible. I do recommend checking this place out. It just has an amazing vibe to it. It's a very short walk to this incredible beach. This is called Brackley Beach. And this is the second day, the closing of my second day. I just took a walk down to the beach, check out the sunset. And little did I know this was going to kind of be a prelude to how amazing tomorrow, day 3, was going to be. I'm not a real ocean guy, but I have to admit these 2 days were absolutely incredible and something I will never forget. Robinson Island, which you will see coming up, is just magical. I spent a good 4 hours on that island, and yeah, you'll see it's just absolutely incredible. I really enjoyed it, and I will definitely be back. Like I said, guys, if you are in this area, you owe it to yourself if you're looking for a place to stay for accommodation, to check out the Shaw Hotel and Cottages. It's very quaint. The people that work there are awesome people. I just had great conversations with them. You can rent bikes, canoes, all that stuff at this place, so it's all there. They do have the cottages if you're looking for the family thing. Its location next to Prince Edward Island National Park is also amazing as well. This again is Brackley Beach, and if you are on a family vacation, you're not going to find any finer beaches anywhere in Canada, in my opinion, although I'm not a total beach guru, but they sure are beautiful, as you can see. Again, a busy weekend, and as you can see, just not a lot of people, and that's the beautiful thing about it, I think, that makes it so relaxing. So this is Robinson Island, guys, and this is an absolutely amazing place. This to this point goes down as one of the most just enjoyable days I've had out on the bike touring. This island trail is only about 3.5 kilometers long, but it took me about 2.5 hours to go around and do the whole thing by the time I finished shooting drone footage, taking pictures, and just relaxing. It's just a really amazing place. If you're there with kids, there's no way that they're not going to enjoy it as well. The island has a lot of history as well. There was a big cranberry plantation on the island, and cranberry production was a really big way of life for a long time, including the native people. This was just a little plaque explaining the Mi'kmaq and how they found these mittens on the beaches there where they would cache their seafood when they were out harvesting to collect food for the winter months. In case anybody's wondering, I did get permission for this drone footage. I asked the park worker and they said as far as they knew it was okay, so I did cover my butt there, guys. But as you can see, the drone footage is pretty spectacular. This island is a really special place, and I would definitely like to come back to it again. I talked to some people, and while there's no designated camping, I guess there's usually never a problem with people camping there from what I understand. But as you can see, the waters are just crystal clear, and the smell of the salt water is what you can't experience in these videos, and it's just amazing. The clay that's mixed in on the beaches too, it just makes everything pop. Looking back on this day, I really wish I would have actually camped on this island. Like I said, this remains one of the most special places for me that I've been to, and I can't wait to get back there. I'd like to experience it with someone else, so if anybody wants to go here, let me know. We can do it. So guys, that's going to wrap up part 3 of the 2022 recap. In part 4, I'm going to cover my adventures in Cape Breton, and then that will wrap up the 2022 season. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.